As I was out shooting another video, I decided to take some self-portraits that are backlit. If you are looking to shoot backlit portraits, you might want to consider shooting during golden hour. There are a bunch of apps or websites that will tell you when golden hour is during that time of the year in your location. However, I found that since it's winter, it wasn't overly bright, so I still got to get the shots without having super harsh shadows. I'm using my Canon 6D and my 50mm 1.4 lens for these photos. Now this video I'll be shooting into the sun, so you see the sun's right there and my head's going to be right behind it, so some of the photos will turn out, some won't. In order to get self-portraits from far away, I'm using this Amazon Basics remote. It was very cheap, I think it was under 15 bucks on Amazon, and I'll link in the description down below, and it works pretty well. It doesn't work for super long distances, but I don't want to be very small in the frame anyway, so it works for my intentions. Just a side note, these are awesome. Like, I don't even know. My camera does have a built-in Wi-Fi function. However, it's been through some rough times and it's kind of old, so it stopped working at some point. I'm not super worried though, because I do enjoy using the remote and I find it gets very clear images. But especially if you're buying a new camera that's from Canon, it probably has the capability to shoot with Wi-Fi using an app on your phone. The app I found when it did connect, which was kind of early, was very easy to use. All you did was press to focus where you wanted to focus, just like using a touch screen on the newer Canon cameras, and then you press the button to take a photo. And the benefit of using that compared to remote is that you get to see what you're actually taking a photo of, you get to line it up, you don't have to do the guesswork of figuring out, oh, am I in focus or not? So I do recommend using that if you do have the capability. Well, I have to finish this soon, but I found another really beautiful location. So my camera set up right here, and the view we're going to be getting is this. Obviously it looks better on this camera. Like, let me show you. There's a photo I took. It's important to note that when you're taking self-portraits, not every photo will turn out in focus or in the pose that you feel is most ideal to your face or body shape, but it's a learning experience and all you need is one good photo, or a few. I really want to do some close-ups, so I think I'm gonna like sit on the ground, but I should get water first because I am really dehydrated. If you are shooting backlit portraits, you definitely want to shoot in RAW because then you can bring back the detail from the shadows. And you want to make sure you're exposing for the sky and the background behind you, but you can usually bring out more details from the shadows than you can from the highlights if you are shooting in RAW. If you do take a lot of self-portraits, you get a better feel of when you're actually in focus on the camera. Basically, it should feel like you're staring right into the eye of the camera, and that tends to be when you're actually in focus or in the frame, but you do have to get used to it. Another tip is when shooting backlit portraits, sometimes you can line up your shadow with the camera lens. If your head is going right over the camera lens, that means that the sun is right behind you, and it'll block out enough light that your picture won't be completely blown out by the sun. If the sun's right behind you, it'll give you that halo effect. I find that when I shoot self-portraits, I'm more selective with the photos that I actually edit. When I do photo shoots of other people, I find that first off, more shots are in focus and posed how I want them to be, but I'm also less selective because I'm not used to seeing their face as much as I'm used to seeing my face, so I know what I like about my face and what I don't like. Here are some of the finished edited photos. I edited them with Lightroom and then opened them up in Photoshop and did some final coloration changes, and in one instance cloned out a pole. I find that Lightroom is good for getting the initial color grading, but I still enjoy using Photoshop to give my photos a real professional edge. Thank you for watching this video on how I create backlit photos, and I hope you enjoy. Comment down below where your dream location is for taking photos. Personally, I'd love to take photos in either Bali or Venice. Bali just has the most natural, amazing landscapes and vibrant colors, and I know it's a very touristy destination, but I still want to go there someday. And Venice, obviously, just like all the water, the gondolas, the style, the buildings, everything is just like a dream come true for photography and just like living, being there. If you use these tips to create either backlit self-portraits or portraits of other people and would like to share them with me, you can @ me on Instagram, DM me, contact me, and I'd love to see what you come up with. Thank you so much for watching. Digital hug. Oh wait, smash that like button.